Lakers Nation, what is going on, guys? So welcome back to the channel with the new video this Friday morning. Hopefully you guys are having a blessed day to start it off with your loved ones, your friends, your pet. But also, if you guys know who I am, my real name is Sheriff Fields. I'm blessed to have you guys, especially if you guys rock on my content, enjoy it. Just make sure you guys keep respectful in the comment section, whatever you guys disagree with my take or agree or disagree to agree, if you get what I'm trying to say. But it is Mr. 81, and I'm officially back. But man, oh man, today we got bunch of rumors, tons of things to talk about when it comes to free agency. Today's day for free agency, and I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'll say it's a little bit slow. That's just my personal opinion, but I'm gonna definitely update you guys, especially when it comes to trades. And also, before I get into it and just break it down and deep dive, I'd really appreciate it if you could do me a favor. Make sure you guys just like each of my videos. Really helps the algorithm a lot. Not only that, the audience. Also, just make sure you guys keep liking, commenting, sharing with your loved ones. And also, we're on the road to 4K subs. So I'm really trying to reach my next milestone. Like, I can't do without you guys' support. And I've been grinding, if not almost every single day. So I haven't went a day without uploading. So shout out to my, viewers, my OG subscribers who rock on my content. I'm going to keep repeating myself. But also, turn on the notification bell as well. If you guys want to stay notified, I do post daily, if not almost every single day, 365 days. And make sure you guys follow my socials if you guys want to stay connected with me. You know what to do. Like, it's in the bio or in the description. I pretty much only talk Lakers basketball. I'm a diehard Lakers fan, but I'm not going to waste too much time. Let's get back to today's video and just, break it down. So, according to Brett Siegel, the NBA, on his Twitter page, and Lakers Better, it says there's just a growing, expectation or sense around the NBA that Melton will end up with the Los Angeles Lakers, which is no surprising, right? He's from LA. I think it'd be a great pickup. Like, he's familiar with the community. He went to, University of California, USC College. He did play basketball over there. And also, I'm pretty sure he went to Crespi High School, right? But there were just a lot of, speculation, rumors going on with the Lakers being interested in him. If, Dorian Finney-Smith did walk, but eventually went to the Houston Rockets. He declined his, player option worth about like $15.3 million. And it really opened the Lakers up having the full MLE worth about like $14.1 or $14.2 million. But the Lakers really used some of it with signing Jacob Relavia on a 2-year deal, $12 million, annually $6 million. And then he just signed DeAndre Ayton, who just got bought out from the Portland Trailblazers. He got like $25 million off the buyout. I'm pretty sure he's getting paid around $35 million with the Portland Trailblazers, and obviously half with the Los Angeles Lakers, right? So I'm pretty sure he took like a discount, at least $10 million, but he signed, 2 years. The second year has like a player option worth about $16.6 million, and annually he's going to be making around $8.3 million. So that is, a steal. I like it. Let me know how you guys feel about it. But going back to Melton, right? So he's not really a wing, but he does play bigger than his size, if you get what I'm trying to say. He's like 27 years of age, so he's still young. I really think he could be reclamation, project. He's listed at 6'3". He does weigh about 190 pounds, or at least, 200 pounds. But this probably means that Shake Melton will be waived soon, hopefully rather than later. And they could just land Melton on the veterans minimum, like a prove-it deal, 1 year, right? But they could still keep the biennial exception. I'm pretty sure it's worth about $5.2 million. But let's just be honest, he's probably replacing Gabe Vincent. Him and Maxi Kleber are both in expiring deals. I'm pretty sure $10 or $11 million. So you're probably packaging that in a deal. But Shake Milton, Jordan Goodwin, they're both on non-guaranteed deals. So he could just waive them, and pretty much, I'm pretty sure he can just open up roster spot, because the Lakers, roster is filled with 15 players. And by the way, you could just waive, Alex Len, which he sucks. Like, he was just not, playing in the playoffs. Obviously, he was playoff eligible, but obviously JJ Redick just didn't, trust him. But let's just get into, Anthony Melton's game. So I feel like he has, defensive instincts. He's a great defender, like point of attack. He's like a prototypical 3-and-D guard, even though he's bigger than the wing position. And previously, he's played for, the Phoenix Suns. Obviously, I'm pretty sure the Memphis Grizzlies, the Philadelphia 76ers, and, this past season, the Golden State Warriors, but around, I believe, a month before the trade deadline, I would say. Correct me if I'm wrong, like fact check it, but he got traded to the Brooklyn Nets in return for Dennis Schroeder. I believe it was like roughly 2 or 3 second round picks, but it was a risk. I mean, this would be a risk, and the reward is very low. But like I said, it has to be a prove it deal. 1 year for the Los Angeles Lakers. Maybe it's a team option or a player option, but he's someone that I would love on this team. Like, I could definitely see him making, all defensive team, second team. Let me know in the comment section if you guys agree with that. But looking at his stats, he did play, 6 games, not that much out of 82. 2 starts, playing around 20.2 minutes a night, average around 10.3 points per game, and he shot around 40.7% from the field, so not efficient. 3.3 rebounds, 2.8 assists, 0.3 blocks, 1.2 steals, and shot around 37.1% from 3 on 5.8 attempts per game, and he shot around 62.5% from the free throw line. His worst in his career by a margin on 1.3 attempts per game. Last year, with the Philadelphia 76ers, he took more attempts, 2.1 attempts, which is a career high, and he actually shot a career high from the free throw line, 83.5% from the line, right? But he took like a lower deal with the Golden State Warriors, and his, market and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure it was around 1 year, worth about like $12.8 million roughly, if not $13 million. But also, we got some more recent news according to Dan Wakey Sports. He's like a Lakers reporter, so he's very close with the organization. And also, it says the Lakers do believe Maxi Kleber, he could be a stretch big. I just don't know how I feel about going into the rotation or going into the season. I don't know why I said, rotation with the same center in the rotation. I meant to say plus Aiden. They'll still have the biennial exception. Maybe they're just cooking still, but it's not looking too, promising. I'm hearing that Al Horford is maybe considering retirement if it's not the Lakers, the Golden State Warriors, but I'm hearing that he's probably going to go to the Golden State Warriors. I mean, there's going to be a crazy 17 trade, so maybe he's involved in that trade. Maybe you do get a Nick Claxton, a Nick Richards or a Day-One Sharp, but we'll see. Maybe Cat Wilmore, you do a sign and trade, especially with, the Houston Rockets, Dorian Finney-Smith. So there's, plenty of options, right? But like I said, it's not promising. We'll see. It's going to be a bunch of, signings and trades and stuff like that. You got the Golden State Warriors, so maybe Jonathan Kuminga is involved in this, but we'll see. I'm not really sure about, the Minnesota Timberwolves, but it's involving the Phoenix Suns and the Houston Rockets having, trade talks, right? But he's covering well from foot surgery. Maxi Kleber expiring. He's making around roughly $11 million per year. He's like 33 years of age. And he's has that, chemistry with Luka Doncic over in the Dallas Mavericks. Like, I don't really see him as a starting big man in this league. Like, he shouldn't even be qualified to be that. Not even a backup center, maybe a third string center like Jackson Hayes. But he's recovering from that, surgery and stuff like that. He could be another dimension in the center rotation, but he just got thrown into the fire like Game 5 after, missing more than, months because of, that foot surgery as part of the Luka Doncic trade. We got back Markieff Morris, Luka Doncic. We gave up like a protected first-round pick, correct me if I'm wrong, and obviously was including Anthony Davis, right? But also, we got, the Lakers roster now contained with 15 players. You got Luka Doncic, you got Austin Reeves. Hopefully the Lakers do trade him, but he's probably going to get, 30 plus or $40 million, and he's going to command that. So I think it's better for the Lakers to trade him this offseason, but you might even get a better offer around the trade deadline, especially if a team thinks they're not good or they're good and they want to improve, the margins or improve their team, especially like a team like the Dallas Mavericks. Obviously, they just signed D'Angelo Russell, so maybe that could change. But they could definitely use, Austin Reeves. You got teams like the Atlanta Magic, but they just brought in Tyus Jones as a free agent, so maybe he's, off, the list. But you obviously got LeBron James. He did, pick up his, player option. He's on like a no trade clause, so this can pretty much, block out any trade. But I'm hearing that there's just, speculation, maybe his agent, stuff like that. I know the Lakers are trying to clear up, cap space till like 2027. You got your young core of Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic for the future. So they're trying to do like a soft rebuild and trying to contend at the same time. So it's kind of hard. You got Rui Hachimura. He's on an expiring deal. I'm pretty sure roughly around $18.3 million, 1 year left. And then he got DeAndre Ayton, who just got bought out as representatives, his agent, He has the same age as Luka Doncic, which is actually crazy. And they went, to Joe Cronin, the organization, and their GM to ask if they could just buy him out. And they were like, you know what, we don't care if you get bought out. And he was like, fine, I'll just sign with the Los Angeles Lakers. I came down to the Indiana Pacers and the Los Angeles Lakers, but obviously he chose the Lakers. He just needs to change his brand, his image, because potentially this could be his last contract getting the bag. But I think it's very interesting. Obviously, you're probably going to package Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber in the trade, but obviously anthonymelton would just be Gabe Vincent's replacement. But you got Bronny James, you got Dalton Connect, you got Jordan Goodwin, you got Jake Relavia, who you just signed 2 years, 12 million, making around 6 million roughly. And you got Jared Vanderbilt, you got Adu Theo from Arkansas and Kentucky. So he's like 6'7", 6'8", 6'9". He's a rookie. And I could definitely see him playing that OG Anunoby type role, like he mentions him, even Drew Holiday. But we'll see what happens. Maybe kind of reminds me of like a Jonathan Kuminga, like a poor man's Jonathan Kuminga. Let me know in the comment section if you guys agree with that. And then obviously you got Jackson Hayes and Maxi Kleber to back it up. But the question is this enough to win it all? Personally, in my opinion, no. You're looking at the Lakers bench. It's not deep enough. Like, it's not very good. So the Lakers must improve in the margins. I think the Lakers need at least 2, if not 3 pieces, maybe 4. Maybe that might be a stretch. But we need a 3-and-D wing and a 2-way player, maybe like an Andrew Wiggins, maybe a Herb Jones or Trey Murphy. But the Lakers need a backup center that has, experience, championship pedigree like Al Horford. I just don't, trust and believe Jackson Hayes. Hopefully the Lakers are not considering, playing Jackson Hayes as a second big. Hopefully it's as a third, stringer. But this is his 3rd season with the Los Angeles Lakers, and he's going to be making around $3 million, right? But there's also a report coming out from Trevor Lane. This is like more of a 1-year deal. Obviously, Jackson Hayes will have a de facto on his no-trade clause, so pretty much he could block any trade if he chooses. But Lakers fans, NBA fans, general, you guys let me know in the comment section. How do you guys feel about De'Anthony Melton? And, the Lakers rotation, 15 players. They're going to have to cut some guys, pretty sure. Waive guys like Alex Lynn, Shake Milton, Jordan Goodwin, because they're both on non-guaranteed contracts. So maybe it opens up a roster spot. But yeah, man, I'll definitely, update you guys, especially if we get more Lakers news, rumors. And I'm out of here. Peace. Cheers.